could take my gloves off now I've come in. Happy Monday. It looks like it's beautifully sunny, but don't let it fool you. I've just been up the seafront because I've been to the library to knit club, and the waves are lashing in. Rolling in, I should say, not lashing in. And the wind is blowing. So, as usual, you know, it's sandblasted, but apart from that, okay. So how are you all doing? I'm doing more or less okay. I've just pulled some chicken out, ready to put it in the oven for my tea. And I've got some cauliflower cheese to go with it. I just got a message from the GP saying I'm due my HB1C test for my diabetes. That should be fun because I've put on so much weight and I've been eating sweeties and chocolates and things like it's going out of fashion, so I know that it will be awful. But the funny thing was, they sent me this memo thing on my messages, and then about a half an hour later they sent me a reminder. I'm like, yes, I know I'm old and the brain is fading a little bit, but I did remember from half an hour ago that you did send me a message saying I had to go next Monday. So I'm not looking forward to that. But if they think I'm going on insulin, they've got another thing coming because I'm not. Right, I put one of the tops on the mannequin. It's one of the gorgeous ones. Oh God, I go the wrong way, don't I, with this camera? It's one of the gorgeous ones that's got the sequins on it that I did show you before. I'm going to put it on Instagram along with the other two. If you remember, I've got one in lilac and one in black. You can't actually see the sequins on that, but it's a lovely sort of honey colour. It's not beige, you know I don't like beige, it's more of a honey colour. And with having the gold sequins on, it glitters a little bit. But not too much so that you couldn't wear it during the daytime. So it will be going on Instagram for sale. I'm going to ask £25 for it plus postage. So sadly, if you're in the US, the postage will be horrendous. Or if you're anywhere else in the world besides the UK. In the UK, I think it would probably cost about another £4 for postage. So I'm going to try it on Instagram and see what happens on Facebook. See if anybody wants to buy any of the three of them. All of the three of them. You never know. You could put them all in your wardrobe. Have one for every day. Anyway, if not, I will try putting it on eBay because I'm not trying Etsy again. Well, I'm still doing the green cardigan. That's the colour. It's Wash and Wear Lime Green 0373. Wash and Wear double crepe. Not the softest yarn in the world, but it doesn't pill and it doesn't go funny, fuzzy. You don't get bits all over it, but it isn't the softest, but it's very, very hard wearing. I've got cardigans in it that I've had for 20, 30 years and they still wash and wash. So it's all in one piece. That's like half of it. It's all in one piece until you get up to the armholes. I've just finished a cream one for myself, which I will show you on another video, because I put this on because I was going to take photos of it. So I thought, well, I'll show you on my video before I do anything else. My friends just sent me a photograph showing this really drunk lady passed out in the back alley. Charming, you know. Such lovely people, you know. Why do you have to get so drunk that you pass out? Dearie me, I don't think I ever did that, even when I was younger. I don't see the joy in it, the fun in it, that you lose control of your faculties by passing out completely with alcohol. Don't get me wrong, I'm not teetotal, I don't mind an odd little tipple, you know. But we are talking just a little tipple to be sociable. We're not talking to get blotto and fall over. Yeah, we're not talking that at all. And on the way home, I actually saw a guy asleep on one of the benches on the seafront, zonked out. So I just sent a message to my friend. I said, you know that lady in the back alley, I think she's lost her husband. I think he's on the seafront. We shouldn't laugh about these things. They're not funny, are they? Yeah. Anyway, what was I going to say? Do you know, I came off the video yesterday and I thought there was something I was going to tell you. And I've forgotten again. As soon as I finish doing this video, I'll remember. And then I'll think, you didn't do it again, did you? You didn't tell them again. Oh dear, yeah. Anyway, tomorrow, weather permitting, I'm going to go down with my friend down to Cleveland's. She hasn't been in the new shop. You know, the one where I got the 2 dresses from and the 2 skirts, yeah? She hasn't been in that shop. I'm not going to buy anything. I've spent my allowance. Well, actually, I got paid for the sweater I made in the white with the green. My friend paid me handsomely. So the 2 dresses and the 2 skirts really only cost me £10 out of my bank account, for which I am eternally grateful for. So I don't feel too bad about that. I haven't made a dent. In my meagre savings, I haven't made a dent. I've had no replies about anybody wanting to buy me the canal barge or the narrow boat, as I got corrected. So no, yeah. I did see a lovely video, I think I told you yesterday. She's called the Mindful Narrowboat, I think she's called. And she does the most lovely nature drawings and everything. She has got a shop on Etsy, but I don't know what she's called. Maybe she sells the paintings that she makes. That seems to be how she goes along. She's got a beautiful boat. Cost her quite a lot of money. One of the friends at Knit Club today was saying, oh, I'd love a narrowboat. I said, I hope you're saving up, because they appear to be very, very expensive, yeah. As I said before, I would love one, but if somebody else was driving it, steering it, or whatever you call it, sailing it, I'd never be able to do that. I couldn't do the locks, I couldn't climb up and down the ladders, I couldn't do the woo when you get to a lock. And I definitely couldn't park it or moor it. I'd be crashing. I'd be a liability. I'd be crashing into everybody on the canal. They'd say, whoa, 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 that woman's here again. Don't let her near our boats. Oh dear. I keep getting a froggy throat. And I am hoping it's not the start of what I had before. When I worked at the job centre many, many moons ago, I started off with a froggy throat like this. It developed into I couldn't talk, yeah, which wasn't good when you're in a job centre and you're supposed to be talking to people and answering the phone. So I finished up having to have all my throat lasered, so I'm hoping we're not going down that avenue again. I'm hoping it's just a froggy throat. But it's like, you know, when you're coughing and you're trying to clear your throat and it won't clear. It's like that kind of feeling all the time. I've got me coffee in my Crochet Queen, which I'm not that big-headed. I didn't buy it for myself. It was a gift. But somebody does always call me the Crochet Queen, so I shall take the honour, even though I haven't got the crown. I did have a tiara once. If you followed me long enough, I think I did wear it once on a live. But oh, it was so uncomfortable. It was gripping in my head. So I don't think I would be very good as a princess. Or a duchess or anything. I haven't got the right finesse to carry off a tiara. I'd probably bob my head about because I'm very expressive, as you know. My tiara would probably go one way and I'd go the other. Yeah. I have got a very expressive face. I'm very, very sort of mobile with when I'm talking. My dad used to say, if somebody tied my hands behind my back, I would be dumb, because I do a lot of this business, yeah. You don't see it much on here because I'm like doing it down here where you can't see. But I do chatter a lot. I do talk a lot. I really do. Mostly about nothing in particular, but gift of the gab is what we used to say. She's got the gift of the gab. You know, or she was touched with the Blarney. She's kissed the Blarney Stone, that was it. In other words, you talk a lot, yeah. Yeah, she's got more rabbit than Sainsbury's, or Morrison's, or Asda, whichever. But that means you talk a lot as well. If you ever listen to Chaz and Dave, they're Cockney, well, they were Cockney singers, I think they passed away now. But they used to have a record called Rabbit, 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 Rabbit. Yeah. My dad used to have a saying about my mum when she was out with they used to call them the young wives. It was the church group. And my dad used to laugh and say there isn't a young one amongst, young wives was a misnomer. It should have been called old biddies, but... And my dad used to say to my mum, he said, can you tell me something? He said, how come you're all talking at once? He said, it's like you're all talking, but who's listening? And my mum said, oh, we've got this ability, you see. We can all talk at once and we can still all listen. Yeah. Not worked that one out yet. But I can certainly talk, as you probably noticed if you've been with me long enough. I have certainly got the gift of the gab. Yeah. But as for what I was going to tell you when I came off video yesterday, I thought, you haven't told them. And I still don't know what I'm supposed to be telling you. Vacant possession is in the head. Yeah? Vacancy. There's a vacancy for a brain. Yeah. Yeah. I can't think what on earth it was I was supposed to tell you. If it comes to me, I'll write it down. I'm of the age where I need to write things down. You think I remember? Do you? No. You go shopping, you think, I need A, B, C, D. And you get in the shop and you think, I've remembered A. What was B, C and D? And then you get home and it's the one ingredient that you need to make your tea, your dinner, whatever, your lunch. And you think, I'm not going out again. I'll do without it. And then you get mad with yourself. It could be something stupid, like a loaf of bread or something like that. You forget it. And you go home and you come to make a sandwich and you think, I didn't get the bread. Gone are the days where you had a little corner shop where you could just pop round the corner. Gone are those days. Unless you're very lucky. Some people do still live in areas where they do still have a little corner shop at the end of the street. But these days we've got housing estates with modern houses and things, and shops have disappeared because people didn't use them probably. People went to the supermarket. So the little mum and pop little shops all couldn't make a living, could they? They could die down. In an ideal world it would be nice to have back to the shops when you had the butchers. You went into the butchers for a specific thing and it was just the butchers, wasn't it? Then you went into the bread shop. It was breads, pies, cakes, but that's all it sold, really, yeah. Even when you went into what we would call the ironmongers, which is, you would call it a hardware store or something like that, where you got your buckets and your mops and your cleaning stuff and that. You went in there for that. You did get the odd little shop that sold kind of a little bit of everything, We used to call them the off-door licence. I don't know why we called it an off-door licence. Some people called it an outdoor licence. But it was a little corner shop on the corner. It was a bit like Open All Hours if you're in the UK and you know about Ronnie Barker and David Jason in Open All Hours. It was a bit like that. They sold a little bit of everything. You could get your boiled ham and you could get your firelighters at the same time. When I grew up in Royton, which was a small village at the time, it's grown since then, there used to be quite a few little shops like that where you could get anything. I swear if you'd have gone in and asked for a 3-piece suite, they'd say, hang on, I've got one in the back. 3-piece suite, not a 3-piece suit. A suite, sofa, 2 chairs, 3-piece suite. Yes. So, yeah, it was lovely to go out on Saturday. Yeah. It was nice. It's nice to go out today, even though it was windy. Oh, my goodness me. We are, on about the 10th of June now? Where is the summer? That's what I want to know. Where is summer? My friend, hi Lizzie, if you're watching me, she's in Greece on holiday at the moment. And she said her washing dried in about 20 minutes. My washing dried in about 3 days. And even then, you know, you push comes to shove, if you hang it outside it's a bit damp. You have to bring it in, you know, so the sun shines through the window to finish it off and get it super dry, yeah. Because, you know, in these days of economy measures and heating gone up, everything's gone up, hasn't it? You try to cut corners by not using the tumble dryer, you know, for everything. I mean, there are times when you have to put things in the tumble dryer, which, you know, like the bedding. It's not that I need the bedding immediately. I've got more than one set, but I don't like it drooped about, you know, on clothes areas, draping it. They're so big, aren't they? Double bedding, draping about everywhere. Duvet covers draping about everywhere. Can't get the darn things dry. You know, and obviously sweaters. I mean, I do machine wash a lot on my sweaters. I am very naughty like that. It does really shorten the life of them, but but I don't like putting them in the dryer, because that does ruin them a bit, yeah. If you want to know what this one is, it was Lister's Tricell, I think it was called. And I've had it years. I've had it so long that the buttons have actually changed colour. They were the same sort of emerald green when I put them on, but the buttons have gone paler. You know, it's the washing products that you use. It takes the colour out of things. I have still got the pattern. If you really want to know, I will try my best to sort out in the shed. So I try and find it, yeah. I know it was a Peyton's pattern and it's pink. I can see the pattern in my mind's eye. See the pattern, yeah. That pattern I'm doing is still the Gulf cardigan that I talked about the last video. Somebody said actually that they remembered me making it many years back. I can't find it, so I must have got rid of it. I did make it with the short sleeves, but it did have that problem that it did sort of stick out a bit, yeah. I prefer them when they're little cap sleeves and they droop over, because they're more flattering, I think. I don't know what your opinion is. They are more flattering, yeah. Yeah. There was a lady who made a comment because I'd eaten a full bar of chocolate. Which I'm going to regret when I go for the diabetes blood test on Monday. On my live I did eat a whole bar of chocolate. It was it was only about wafer thin. It wasn't a thick bar of chocolate, it was thin. But it was a full bar of chocolate. And she said, "How can you eat so much chocolate?" She said, "I got bad teeth when I did." And I said, "Well, I only have usually the 1 bar of chocolate on the live, which is 1 per week. I try not to eat anything in between. Failed miserably this last couple of weeks. But," and she said, you know, she had bad teeth because of it. And I thought, well, surely you wash your teeth. You clean your teeth, don't you? You know, you don't. But she did admit she ate chocolate every day, which I would love to eat chocolate every day. Wouldn't we all love to eat chocolate every day? But seeing as I put loads of weight on, well, 8 pounds, loads of weight to me. And I've got my diabetes blood test, which is going to be horrendous. But if they want me to go on insulin, they can whistle, because I am not doing it. They mutter things about, oh, it's good for your pancreas, it's good for you this, that and the other. And I'm thinking, I'm 78, I'll be 79 in November. Does it really matter? You know, when I see friends and people I know, they haven't even made it to 78. They passed away a lot less than, you know, years than I have. So I think to myself, Janet, you're very lucky. You know, you're lucky that you're still alive, you're still breathing, you're still walking, albeit in a lot of pain. Yeah, I'm still in a lot of pain from that walking about in Garstang and the scooter, you know, on the bumpy pavement. So I had to take my painkillers today and yesterday, which I don't like doing. I know, I'm a martyr. I always think, when you wake up and you're in pain, you know you're alive, don't you? You know you haven't died overnight, yeah? So I don't like that fuzzy-headed feeling where you're fogged up because because you've took so many painkillers you can't remember what day it is. I would rather be in pain. I know, I'm a martyr. I'm a fool to myself, aren't I? So today, I've only taken 2 painkillers. Bear in mind I'm supposed to take 8 a day. If they had their way. 8 a day. No. I've took 2 today. Because I got up and I was in a lot of pain and I was going out on my scooter and I thought, no, stop being silly. Go and get 2 of your painkillers and take them. So I did. Yeah. So I wish I could remember what I was supposed to tell you. Oh gosh, Janet, have a brain. I'm like the from the Wizard of Oz. Which one is it? If I only had a brain. No, was it? No, it wasn't the Tin Man, because the Tin Man had no heart, did you? I'm sure you'll tell me who it was. Was it the Scarecrow? Who was it who didn't have a brain? I haven't watched it for a long time, The Wizard of Oz. I've not watched it. Follow the yellow brick road. And I don't even have any red shoes anymore. Oh yes I do, but they're not very, you know, not very Wizard of Oz. They're more like old lady wide ones, you know. Because sadly, as you get older, you can't have the pretty little shoes that you used to wear when you was young. You know, the little pointy toes and the stiletto heels. No, my back doesn't like them. My back likes coal barges, you know, big wide coal barges that are flat with a Velcro strip across. They're about as fashionable as your grandma, you know. Well, your grandma might be more fashionable than me. That's the one thing that pains me. I can dress up all I want. When I'm going somewhere like a wedding or something like that, I can't find any pretty shoes that are actually flat enough and whatever enough for me to wear. They do have some nice shoes in that new shop in Clevis, but £69, £79, kind of I'd have to save up for them. I can't afford a narrowboat, I can't afford a pair of shoes, can I? You know, and I'm not one of these ladies on YouTube who earns a fortune every month. I told you before, I get paid about every 3 months. When I hit the target of £60, I get paid about every 3 months. I don't know what I do wrong. Sheila did try to help me. I obviously do something wrong, because I actually got charged, I think I told you. I only earned £200 the whole of last year, 200 and something pounds, and they charged me £82 tax out of that. So, you know, I'm definitely not the last of the big spenders, because I'm not the last of the big earners, you know. And if our politicians have their way, we'll get even less. You know, one of them's talking about taxing the pensioners. We get so little anyway. Another one's talking about some triple lock or other, which I don't understand. To me, a triple lock is when you're on a canal, you know, on a narrow boat. And you go through the locks like, you know, what they call them, staircase locks, yeah, where you go up 1, 2, 3, yeah. That's a triple lock to me. I don't even understand what the triple lock is on the pensions. I know it doesn't sound good, you know. If they paid us in a rise of what food and everything has gone up, if we got the same percentage rise, we'd be okay, wouldn't we? But no, they begrudge us anything. I read somewhere where they said, it's not a right, it's a benefit. And I'm like, hang on, I was a bit conned here. You know, when I was like going to work when I was like 17. You pay into the system, we'll look after you when you get old, is what we were told. Yeah, you're going to retire at 60 and, you know, everything's going to be wonderful. Then I retired at 60 and it was like, oh no, you don't have enough. Well, they called them stamps in those days. It was like payment. You used to actually get little physical stamps and stick them in a book. Yeah. But now they take it straight off your wages, because everybody gets paid in the bank now. You don't have enough. I said, how come I don't have enough? I've worked all my life. Ah, but you see, you worked part-time for a certain amount of time, so that didn't count. And then you went self-employed, so that didn't count. And I'm like, yeah, but when I was self-employed, I was paying two sides of the stamp. The employer part, the employee. So I was paying twice as much as anybody who was working for somebody else. So how come it didn't count for anything? So I argued, and in the end, although I'd parted from my ex-husband, we hadn't got divorced. So they said, has your ex-husband always been in work? I said, yeah, he's been in work from being 17 like me. And we didn't actually get divorced for about 30-something years. You can claim off his stamps. You can claim off his payment. And I thought, how degrading is that for a woman? You know, you're classed as like a second-class citizen, aren't you? Oh, yes, we enjoyed you working. We enjoyed the sacrifices you made to work when you had your children. We had, you know, you didn't use the system. You didn't use this money, you know, to have childminders and childcare. You did it all yourself. But, sorry mate, it doesn't count for anything. So, that was my rant. I like having a little rant. Sheila has a little rant, so why shouldn't I have a little rant? So my rant is I want to be on the same pension as the people who have just retired. I get £50 a week less than anybody who has retired now. Admittedly, they have worked another few years, but a lot of them took time out when they had their children, and they didn't work at all when they had their children. But because they had children's allowance, which I didn't get, they got their stamp or their contribution paid for them, so they get the full pension. Whereas I only had one child, and until he was 15, I didn't get any child allowance for him because I only had the one. Life is unfair, isn't it, somehow? Anyway, I hope you've listened to my little rant, and I'll try and remember what it is I'm supposed to tell you. Don't know. I know what I'm supposed to tell you is thumbs up, subscribe. If you're not subscribing to me, why not? Tell all your friends, because I do want more than one more. I had one more again. I want more than one more. My subscribers are creeping up in ones. Yeah, but I'm very grateful, don't get me wrong. So bye for now, and I'll see you all soon. Bye now.